Remember the old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. The same goes for Dubai, do as the locals do. It shocks me why some people expect to go to a foreign country, act vile, disrespectful, and whine when they are punished. Laws and social standards exist and they're shocked. Common sense is not really common. It was recently reported in the news that a popular social media influencer and truck driver from Texas has reportedly been stuck in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates for months after she was arrested following a public argument. She can't leave the country because it's thought that the police have taken her passport. After being accused of yelling in public, Houston woman Tiara Allen may now serve time in prison, according to her mother Tina Baxter, who spoke to local media. According to reports, the incident happened amid an argument between the 29-year-old and a male worker at a car rental company. Allen was detained instead for slandering and defaming the man, according to Dubai police, who later claimed that he was not arrested merely for yelling. Allen, a native of San Diego, California, is well known online for running the Sassy Trucker, a social media account that tracks her travels across numerous platforms. According to Allen's mother, Tina Baxter, their accident happened about 2 months ago while they were both riding in a rental automobile with a friend. Both were unharmed, but Allen disagreed with a rental company employee while attempting to get her identification, credit card, and other personal stuff out of the car. The mother told the news agency that her daughter yelled back at the employee during the altercation. The interaction was recorded on a security camera, and it is likely that the tape will be used as proof. After the incident, Allen is allegedly detained by Dubai's police department, which is well-funded and has a fleet of outrageously costly vehicles, including Aston Martins, Bugattis, and Ferraris. According to reports, her passport has been held hostage while an investigation is made. Now, what to make of this? Is this something that represents Western women showing their true colors when they go out into the world? Is it the moral degeneracy of Western culture? Or is it the entitlement of women and Western women in general? I think it's a combination of all of these. Compared to women in the West who are increasingly adopting masculine traits and values, women in the East are traditionally more feminine, as it is in Dubai. Plus, Dubai has strict laws when it comes to morality and respecting other people. The men are generally the breadwinners, and the women are the nurturers of their families. The men are required by law to take care of their women and give them a very privileged lifestyle. That means they're very happy being women, and accept that being a woman means being a partner in a relationship with a man who will provide for her, while she raises their children and makes a comfortable home for the family to live their lives. For Western men, this is something that they can no longer get in their countries such as in the United States, Canada, Great Britain, Australia, and some parts of Europe. Men are not discouraged from being masculine in other countries such as Dubai. This is an important part for men. Men thrive when they are aligned with their inner masculinity. They thrive when they are building stuff. They thrive when they are living a life of purpose and meaning. They thrive when they are being leaders and providers of financial, physical, and emotional security to women and children. Unfortunately, this is something they can no longer achieve in Western societies because Western societies don't allow men to be masculine anymore. Western societies label masculinity as something that is toxic, and something that basically overshadows women and represses women in societies, which is just not the case. Men are fleeing countries to find the right women abroad. This isn't surprising, because the women in their countries are constantly complaining about how they're just not good enough no matter what they do. So much so that the men feel they'd be better off taking a dive into the dating pool of other countries. Their high and far-reaching standards and plain prejudice against men are driving many to move to other countries. It really makes you wonder if this is a genuine shift in the female ideology or if this is something that women have always wanted to achieve but couldn't in the past. I think it's a mixture of both, however. I really do think that this is something that women, deep down, have always wanted. I mean, if your gender has always been considered inferior throughout previous centuries, it's only natural to want to change that and try to become dominant and taste power. However, the way the Dubai authorities handled this Houston influencer is commendable. And maybe that's something that Western societies need to consider as well for the greater good of the general public, and to show people they can't act like the way this woman did in Dubai. Once you leave American borders, people have to realize the stuff you can get away from here. You can't get away in other places. Bringing American mentality on foreign soil can backfire disastrously. It's plain and simple, guys. There are countries where women have to show much more respect to men. The women in the United States are not used to that because they are so used to getting away with trying to rule and disrespecting men, and then acting as though they are the victims. Sometimes they are and sometimes they're not. But women or men from the United States need to be on their best behavior when traveling to other countries. The thought that you are superior because you're from the United States and are supposed to be shown so much respect is being played out, and these other countries will be quick to show you that. She will remember this moment for the rest of her life. Americans think they can do things anywhere, and at any time. Well, there goes. I know she is terrified as she's sitting in that jail in another country. In reality, this is a symptom of the moral degradation of the West, its social fabric falling apart. Society is headed in the wrong direction. How are young people en masse finding this entertaining? What does that say about the general intelligence of the people in civilized Western societies? While the world focuses on education and stimulating the brains of its populations, the West is busy highlighting trends such as this. Judging from what has happened in this story so far, we know that the influencer who also worked in Dubai failed to understand the local culture. She failed to understand that she can't disrespect men, she can't disrespect people of authority, and that she can't fight her way out of everything she could back in Houston. It just goes to show that women like her who respecting the laws and customs of other countries is a prerequisite for all travelers and tourists, especially in Islamic countries. If she realizes that she has a serious criminal case on her hands, she would be advised to be contrite and show remorse. Hopefully, it'll help the American consul to negotiate her release and bring her back home. Again, please avoid these situations by learning what you can and can't do in foreign countries. As Alan recovers from what happened in Dubai, there are many other women in Dubai and other Middle Eastern countries who don't know the rules of the place and possibly exhibit Western aggressive behavior, which is absolutely not tolerable in these countries. Western women need to realize that whatever they could do and get away with in their countries, they cannot do the same in Islamic countries and get away with it. Dubai has a lure and attraction because of its towering skyscrapers and multicultural environment, but that multicultural environment thrives on people respecting the local laws. If anyone breaks those laws, and those laws include women facing possible jail time for disrespecting and yelling at authorities, then those people will be punished. Alan is a perfect example of that. She went above the line and crossed a boundary that she shouldn't have, and just because she's American, she won't be granted any special privileges as I'm sure she might have expected. Western women's entitlement is confined to the West, which has degenerated into a place where the laws favor women in every facet of life, while men are ignored and exploited. In the East, things are the opposite. Well, almost. In places such as Dubai, they don't care if you're a woman or an American, or from a distinct ethnicity. If you break the law, they're going to get you, no matter who you are, and no matter how privileged you think you are. If you do something that you're not supposed to do, don't do it. If you're thinking of doing anything like you do back home, first think about whether that's acceptable in Dubai or not. Otherwise, you're in deep trouble, as this woman is. The U.S. Embassy is helpless in her case. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.